Halito. What's up? What's up? It's still kind of cold in New York. I want to know when, we could put the coats up and shit like that. All of that. It's still cold out this morning. So, I don't know. Let me just go over this Trail of Tears again so I could just back everybody up. Because there's a couple questions, right, that I always ask these. This is how a lot of this beef started, right, with the Trail of Tears, the Know Nothing Party, the Native American Political Party, a couple other things, right? Basically, it started by me putting up what the word native means, okay? What the word native means is not what everybody thinks it is, okay? And the contracts that existed prior to the United States are made with my folks, okay? In the Northeast, in the Southeast, all right? On the east of the Mississippi, okay? So now, with that being said, I'm trying to explain to people that there should be some sort of documentation of them being next to us, particularly in the South, okay? Where were you prior to 1830 with this so-called forced removal, okay? Where were you at? Were you in this town? Were you in Mobile? Were you in Montgomery? Were you in Escambia? Where were you? Where were you? Were you in Choctaw County? Were you in Cherokee County? Where were you? Were you in Escambia, Lowndes County? Where were you that they came and knocked on your door and made you motherfucking leave? There was no U.S. Army then. There were no U.S. Marines. They had a Navy. And what does the Navy do? The Navy fucks with the water. So who was the militia? The militia was the men that had arms in the communities, right? Right. Fighting for a specific side. And in these communities, they had Indians, right? Fighting for a specific reason. Maybe trying to save these motherfuckers from Great Britain, okay? Let's get to go back a little more prior to what was happening during all of this time, okay? Because the country wasn't that old in 1830. And it don't take no motherfuckers that long to walk no goddamn 20 years to march niggas from wherever you say you were from. Doesn't take that long. How long did it take you? You say it took 20 years? I can show you on Google right here, right? Where it says it takes 21 days to walk from New York to Oklahoma. Okay? It takes 14 days to walk from Virginia to Oklahoma. Something like that. 14 days, right? If you walk from Virginia to Oklahoma. Okay? So I don't know how it took this all of this time, and why don't they factor in the people that stayed, okay, that broke the tribal relations? And then as they broke the tribal relations, because they wasn't willing to give up their land, they couldn't say that they was Indian. They didn't have a choice on the census records, right, for a very long time. But where was they? Because they should still have quite a few bit of years prior to that. They should have some documentation that they were in these areas where these treaties were established prior to the removal, because there were plenty of different treaties prior to that, and they should still be in the lands just like my peoples was in the lands where these treaties was established at. Okay, we should be neighbors or something. Ancestral neighbors. That's what we should be. And so I'm having a really hard time asking, where were you? Where were you? It's hard to tell where you were, because where'd you come from? If you were in these areas, right? If you were always in Mississippi, where these mounds are, if you were in Alabama, or you were on the Tom Bigby, right? If you were in these places where the Indians were, and you got removed, you should be, won't you be, can you possibly be my neighbor? This is what y'all need to establish. I'm talking about before 1776, because that, the United States of America wasn't until 1789, right? We had the United States for America, and then then it became the United States for America. Okay? So I'm trying to really gain an understanding as to where the fuck y'all niggas was at. Y'all say y'all was there, but y'all wasn't there. So, all right, now let's just say you were there. You should be documented on the 1830 census. You should be documented on the 1820 census, right? You should be documented on the 1810 census. You should be documented on the 1800. And you should also be documented on the 1790. You should also be documented on muster rolls and stuff like that prior to that, because it was live shit going on. And I also have you know that everybody white inside the state of Alabama, after it was established, because it wasn't even there until 1819. Okay? It wasn't there. Mississippi wasn't there until 1817. Okay? It wasn't there. It was West Florida. Okay? So now, where were you guys? You should still have some documentation when the Spanish was there, when Cortez was there. Were you guys there? Is your name on there on the Spanish census of Mobile? Y'all there? I don't recall y'all being there. So these are some of the things that I know y'all not telling the truth about. Y'all could keep trying to erase this shit like it didn't happen, but we can prove that it did. This is about bloodline relationship. This ain't got nothing to do with federal recognition. That's like so beyond what the scope is really about. You understand what I'm saying? Who needs to be motherfucking recognized when you are related to the people that are attached to the motherfucking land? There's nothing you can do that you can make anybody unrelated to who the fuck they related to. Okay? I need the rest of these people to understand, like, yo, it has nothing to do with being against Africans. But having our own identity is very fucking important. And nobody should have any problem with that, because even it's a known fact that that's what they do as well. Right? And everybody has the right to do that. Right? Understand that. So I just want to ask this question to these Native Americans and stop thinking that the 5 civilized tribes was the only motherfucking American Indians. There's not a fucking same thing. The American Indians are not Native Americans, and Native Americans are not American Indians. I keep saying that shit. And I say it for a reason. I never refer to myself as that because I was not no Denison. I don't descend from no Denison, no farming slave. And it doesn't matter that I was born here. My ancestors are attached to this land. All their lands have been here from time immemorial. Okay? And if y'all was there in West Florida, I need y'all to tell me, what was the Gulf of Mexico called? Everybody keep looking for all this extravagant shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you the truth. This is what I know. Right? And this is passed down from generations. As I said, the same people from Virginia, the same folks, they travel in packs when they moved. So the Integrity Acts and all these other acts, they created different migrations. And the last and final act, Indian Removal Act, was in 1956. And this is how a lot of our people left and went to the inner cities and got good jobs. You see what I'm saying? And assimilated into the urban culture. Please don't forget about the urban Indians like they didn't put them in projects. Y'all had, the reservations and stuff like that. In the 1930s, the New Deal, they started putting up projects to accommodate these urban Indians that they don't know what the fuck to do with. The land's still there. What y'all gonna talk about when they start pulling up these homestead certificates that's attached to their motherfucking folks? You can't do nothing about my genealogy or the tens of thousands of other people's genealogy that say that they was free. So stop talking that slave shit. Niggas wasn't slaves. We can prove that easily. They was walking around doing a lot of shit. They had to pay and register their property and shit like that. Y'all bugging the fuck out. Y'all don't know what this shit was about. A slave was a political slave as well. Hold on one second. Let me go get me some coffee. Y'all niggas is bugging. Yeah. Now, so So everybody got all these questions and shit like that. Pardon me. Everybody got all these questions and shit like that. But where the motherfucking answers at? Stop deflecting on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop deflecting on this shit. I got the man from the Office of Federal Acknowledgement on the phone telling you motherfuckers that they did not go through the motherfucking Office of Federal Acknowledgement because that bitch wasn't created to the 1970s. Now, where they was at in 1866 when this motherfucking treaty was signed? Where was that? Where was that? Where were they at? A lot of shit they can't answer. Everybody got all these motherfucking questions. Let's talk about the answers that they provide by just simply fucking being there in the area where they got live warfare and all this other crazy shit allegedly going the fuck on, right? But we could prove otherwise. So the blanket story don't accommodate a good 60, 70 to 100,000 people. How is motherfuckers mad at that? You can go on and do whatever it is that you were doing. If you were being a Native American, that's perfectly okay. You can go on and be your Native American self that you was yesterday and 1,000 years ago that you say you've been. Nothing wrong with that. It's not wrong with that. You can be the African or the Pan-African that you have been for the last however old you are. Keep going on with whatever. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. You need to understand that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can carry on. But we got a different type of business. My business ain't the same as yours. Why, what are you upset? This does not include a lot of fucking people. It's not for everybody. And that's something that people need to understand. If you staying in your lane, then get in your lane. Nothing that what I eat is not going to make you shit. It's not going to make you shit. It's nothing that I can't, if you think that I can't sit here and show these fucking crackers what it is that I'm talking about, who are y'all niggas to prove a motherfucking thing to? I'm getting wins in places where y'all niggas is still worried about who my grandmother is. Worry about who your grandmother is. It's for the greater good. I guarantee you, I don't care if she's Swedish or fucking Bulgarian. It's beneficial that you know who the fuck you come from. I'm gonna tell you that. It don't matter what land, what nation you from. And this goes for anybody and everybody in any part of the world that's fucking oppressed. Because the system is the same thing everywhere else. Whatever's a crime here is a crime in fucking Africa. Whatever's a crime here is a crime in fucking Yugoslavia too. It's the same shit. It's the same fucking commercial system. And every place has its origin. I need y'all to understand a slave does not just mean get your ass whipped, getting shipped from place to place and all this other shit. It also means someone that has no political power. Why do you think there's always been a place where people get political asylum? This was a fucking penal colony. Prison. Oh, they always locking everybody up. Motherfucker, they've been sending niggas here since these crackers got here. You realize George Washington and Franklin and all them was fucking criminals. Right? New York's a penal colony. It says that shit right now in the Constitution right now. It's a colony in 2018. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? And it also says there's two types of people here. Aliens, and they're not excluded. They're not included as inhabitants. So there's only two types of people. There could be the natural people, who could be we the people, the fucking Indians, and then the aliens, because everybody else is not home. What the fuck y'all talking about? They not home? I'm home. How come these pilgrims know it, and it's hard for y'all motherfuckers to figure it out? Because y'all know what y'all motherfucking folks was doing. I can't do nothing about that. I keep telling everybody, it don't matter where you from. They gotta give you this right here. You want to get your just dessert. If you feel like you was a slave, go look up, check it in, check it out. Maybe you right, but maybe you motherfucking wrong, stupid. This is what I be telling y'all dumb motherfuckers. A lot of you motherfuckers is wrong. You're dead wrong, and you don't know what you're talking about. Factor in prison, because just how you got a cousin or uncle or auntie that went to motherfucking jail, or a sister that went to fucking jail or whatever, please know people were stealing people's horses and taking their pigs, their hogs and stupid shit like that. Yeah, it happened. The same shit people do now is the same shit that people did back then. So when people keep looking for this culture and all this other shit, it's the same shit we do now is the same shit we do then. We excellent in sports. We excel in a lot of things. We like to show off. We like to look fly. The same shit that everybody keep looking for. What was the ancient indigenous culture? Nigga, everything that everybody jacked from the Americas right now that we created. From the Michael Jacksons to the fucking Princes, a whole bunch of shit went down in the Americas. And it was very fucking important that they changed only the identities of these motherfuckers. Everybody else is in their lane, but something about here, they had to make sure it was a lot of confusion. Vested interests. Right? And this how I get upset with some of these Israelites, right? See, and I'm gonna just air out all my little grievances. This is why I get upset with some of the Israelites, because they don't understand who they're writing about, right? And people don't, everybody else knows this, but it's something that I can relate to them when they understand that they're talking about them, but they don't see themselves as the Native Americans. They see themselves as the African diaspora when they don't even understand that they was taken from here and sent over there. Y'all better figure out, and somebody get back to me, if they was stealing all these people from Africa, right? A lot of people, they're taking a lot of people, but there was two different types of slave trades. There was the sub-Saharan, and there was also the transatlantic, right? Allegedly, right? So now, I want to know, why was they dropping, if they take 300,000 people from Bight of Benin, why the fuck did they drop off 500,000? What the fuck do that shit make? What kind of sense do that make? Who was they dropping off? Who was they dropping off? If you can take all these people and kidnap all these people from Africa, why would you bring people back to Africa? Why? If there were so many, you could just keep taking, because that's how greedy they are, right? That makes sense, right? Why was they dropping motherfuckers off? See, these are a lot of things that people can't answer. I'm not really crazy. It's not like that. You know, what it is I got a lot of fucking questions, and I read into things with a different lens, right? And it happens to be I'm able to do so because I know where the fuck I was at. I know where the fuck I was at. It takes a very long time for people to be able to penetrate all of this, because after you gather these ancestors up, it's a lot of people. You end up with like 2,000 folks that you got to keep track of, right? And this is how you were able to never confuse the timeline. You can't mix certain things up with certain places because it doesn't apply. A lot of these Western Californians, or these other, whatever they are on the side of the Texas and Utah and all this other shit, and the ones that be talking shit, the Utes and all these other people or whatever from the West, the Dakotas and the Lakotas that be disrespecting us and all this other shit, and them motherfuckers that be talking all that shit and all that. Them Mexican people, Mexican Indians from whatever they say they from or whatever, but they in Mexico, they be talking all that shit, but they wasn't in the colonies. How you gonna speak about it? Y'all had your own shit. They had the motherfucking Trans-Pacific slave trade going on in Acapulco. Get the fuck out of here. Millions of Chinese slaves. And then they was able to be called Indians. They were able to politically, by law, be called Indians. That don't fucking make them Indians. You see what I'm saying? Just how in the Americas, they had the laws making the Indians, Negroes, and Africans. They made the Chinese motherfucking Indians. How about that shit? Political slaves. You dig? Politics ditto. So not only do you have to know the history, you got to know the laws that's applicable to what shit you talking about. You understand? We could go from decade to decade, from then until fucking now. You understand what I'm saying? So now, like I was saying, you really got to know what your fucking, at this point, if you think you was a fucking slave, you should know where they came from, what how they got there, where they was at, and this and that. And you still should be able to have somebody that you attached to on the other side. It's about 9 generations of people still living, families still living, that my great-great-great-grandmother knew in Virginia. That's here. You see what I'm saying? In New York, that's here. In New Jersey, that's here. In Connecticut, they in close proximity, right? My great-great-grandmother's kids all interacted with them, and they was friends with them, and went to school and everything with them, and then it passed down to them, right? And they still alive. We still here. We still here. You could cut the tree down, but the roots still remain, right? There's nobody we would forget on the other side. This is what I'm trying to tell you. My mother's 1 out of 18. I ain't really have to outsource. I ain't really need a whole bunch of outsiders and shit like that. We got a lot of motherfucking folks. This just on her. This just her. It's not including my dad. That's not even including my mother's father's side. It's over 1,500 people that I'm not even including right now. Tangible bloodline relatives. Tangible bloodline. Shit that you can grasp and touch. Not shit that somebody tell me that I'm just supposed to be believing when the people that tell me I know they love me. You got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. All the way fucked up. Why would anybody grandmother, right? And listen, we get our what the French called it, je ne sais quoi, right? Your pizzazz and your style. Where you think we get our shit from? Yeah. We born with it, but it's cultivated because that's a part of our culture. Our creative arts, that's a part of our culture, right? That was part of our expression for the things that we couldn't motherfucking say. You want to look around. Don't nobody make that music the way we do. We are the soul people. Break down the word America. Rica, the feminine version of Rico means rich. Ame means soul. Soul rich. That's me. That's us. That's my people. That's my folks. The soul rich. Costa Rica, rich coast. Puerto Rico, rich port. America. Rich soul. You get it? It's a fact. It's a fact. You want to know the folklores, shit like that? When we was pregnant, they tell us don't reach up and high in the cabinets and shit like that. You strangle the baby with the strangling cord. That stuff like that you want to hear? Little bizarre shit that take our mind off of the motherfucking oppression, but just those whimsical things that our grandmothers and great-grandmothers and shit would say. We could talk about that, but I didn't really know if you was really interested, Mr. Allen Brown. I wasn't certain if you was interested in hearing those little caveats and stuff like that, because it always seems like we got to be in defense of who the fuck we are, right? Right? It always seems like that. But no. I'm over that. I want to know who the fuck everybody else is. You feel me? That's where I'm at. Where you, who you be? I be wanting to know who everybody else is, because I'm certain of what's going on with my shit and a whole bunch of the peoples that I know and the people that's in this room that be fucking slaying them motherfucking demons and hitting motherfuckers with all the facts in the world. They are very clear on who it is that they are, right? I could do business with them. I don't have to convince no niggas in no motherfucking room when these motherfucking crackers know what time it is. You got your state senators saying those is your aborigines. What the dude say, the governor of Minnesota say, how about we just, what was it, St. Louis, we just put a fence around them and throw corn inside of it? How about we just fence them niggas up and throw corn on and throw corn? How about it? It ain't so much of motherfuckers explaining who the fuck we are and how the fuck we Indian. You better get them Native Americans to explain how the fuck how they not American Indians. That's what the fuck really need to be going on, right? Get them to explain that. How they related to me is what I need to know. My family ain't had to fight none of no motherfucking Andrew Jackson army to stay and keep their motherfucking land. I don't see it. I see it. No, didn't happen. I got a motherfucking grandfather from Virginia, and there was a whole live Civil War campaign going on, and he had a store, the only store and land on the block. He wasn't no motherfucking slave. He ain't own none either. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I don't be know what the fuck y'all talking about. And being that I've done genealogy for so many other people, they don't know what the fuck you talking about either. And that's where they come from. This ain't no fucking shady motherfucking movement, no fade, no fast. You can't get past grandma. You are related to your grandmother. Whether she was an Indian, a China woman, an African, a British woman, you related to her. Everybody need to get back to who they related to. Consanguinity. Consanguinity. It just so happened that my ties go through the very fucking heart of this motherfucking land. And ain't nothing none of y'all could do about it. If I found an African, I'd big them up. If I found a Scottish person, I'd big them up. As of right now, they was already here. And when there's documentation of them in the 1600s, the 1700s, prior to the incorporation of the United States of America, where was everybody else? Where was everybody else? So it's not even a matter of, being disrespectful or anything like that. It's just that it's like when a child spend a night over your house, right? And they mama pack their bag and shit. And when their mother packed the bag, she expect the child to come home with all their stuff. So when they child leave your house, they got all their socks and all their stuff, right? That's the same thing. We just collecting ours. We taking our toys. Right? So when now that you was in our house, you can't put our cornbread inside your bag with your stuff that your mother packed at you, right? Unless we send you the recipe or something like that. So this is where you think the separatism, but this is traditionally, and I use these situations to make it real simple for why we, why I think the way I think, right? So everybody's motherfucking clear that I don't hate any motherfucking body. And loving my grandmother damn sure don't mean I hate your grandmother. I don't even fucking know her. You don't know mine, but you sure don't like her. You didn't know none of mine, but y'all don't like her. That's why I call y'all grandma killers. That's why I call y'all grandma killers. But at the end of the day, you can't change who anybody's related to. So, like, a lot of that shit that's in your mind that's saturated, it's like, all this slavery shit and all that. Everybody wasn't no slave, man. Everybody wasn't no slave. Let's start with that. And damn sure everybody wasn't no African either. Please know that. You definitely need to know that. Everybody wasn't raped. Some of the shit y'all be saying be really fucking crazy. Like, grandma couldn't love her husband. You see, they was married, right? I thought slaves couldn't get married. So why the fuck was they married? Where y'all at with it? Where y'all at with y'all studies on y'all folks? Because y'all still using these blanket stories and shit. And it's kind of crazy. And it's like, damn, do we got to keep showing y'all? We think we going to put our shit up there so y'all can fucking figure it out? You can't even grasp the fact. We done dropped so much motherfucking jewels. You motherfuckers can't even grasp some of the shit that you can't dispute. All y'all do is try and insult people. That shit don't matter. You think anybody give a fuck about that? Because ain't no biggest insult than you motherfuckers trying to strip somebody of their motherfucking ancestry. That's why nobody don't like y'all motherfuckers. Some of y'all, it's just comical. And I use y'all for like cannon fodder, right? Because when it's time to talk to the big dogs, right? I already know how they feel, right? Thanks to y'all. Don't fucking ask me where the fuck I was at during Standing Rock, motherfuckers, when they was gunning down little Indians, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians. Don't you dare fucking ask me where I was at during no fucking Standing Rock and they was killing our American Indians in St. Louis and in Baltimore and all this other stuff, right? Don't fucking, and that was the visual. That was the fucking visual. Right, that we was seeing. I sent the check to Standing Rock, and had I known the way y'all feel the way y'all motherfucking feel, trust me, I would have never sent y'all a motherfucking dime. I ain't know y'all felt this way. right? It's a whole new experience for me. And I've had plenty of them, but this shit right here is new. And, you know, but like I'm saying, it's all right. It's all right. But I'm going to tell you what, as far as, you know, back to the Pan-Africans, like, yo, do what you do. And you know, and even the continental Africans, you know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with hating y'all or anything like that. But we got some work to do that don't have anything to do with y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Mama said we got to clean up our room right now. We can't play right now. We got stuff to do. We're going to catch up with y'all once we get our shit together. So maybe we could really be effective, right? So we can commit ourselves, maybe to global changes. But as it stands right now, y'all be attacking shit too. Y'all fucking savage too. Y'all different type of savage right now. And until I see otherwise, you know, and I don't mean that to everybody, but until I see otherwise, there's a lot of business that we'll never be able to do as a result of that, right? It's like we breaking the news and I'm telling you I ain't adopted, nigga. Y'all motherfuckers is mad. Like, that's some crazy shit. But yet y'all won't go home. I don't really get that. That shit don't kind of make no sense to me, right? And home is where I yearn to be. I'm fucking here and I'm having problems dealing with my house because of fucking newcomers and shit. I'm having that now. This is the fucking issue that Phoenix got to deal with now, right? This is not gonna work for me. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I'm already home. This ain't gonna fucking work. And that's how I feel about it. And this is why I'm telling y'all, it's kind of like, y'all, you know, like pathologically sick to really be feeling so fucking obsessed with the shit that's absolutely fucking written in stone. There's nothing y'all could do about it. You don't just have to worry about the census rolls. I just say 1790 because that's something that y'all can relate to, but the real alleged genealogist is going to know these other sources to dig into to see where your motherfucking folks was at, right? But you'll never know, right? And you'll see when they took on Christian names and all that other shit, right? Not slave names. They took on names to do business as. We all had to speak a common motherfucking, come to an agreement and speak a motherfucking language that everybody understood to do business as. I don't know what to tell y'all motherfuckers, but what type of extravagant shit y'all looking for? But what I'm going to ask y'all motherfuckers to do is prove where y'all was at. Prove where y'all was at. Because just like we can't find no slave ship, we can't find y'all motherfuckers as neighbors. We can't find y'all motherfuckers as no Native American, Indian, so-called slave owners neither. Ain't no motherfucking proof of that shit neither. So if you left Alabama, there's going to be some motherfucking records saying that you left with X amount of Africans, X amount of Negroes and all that. See? You see what I'm saying? See, I really go forensically into the shit because y'all really be bugging. And I can really put these motherfuckers on blast at any given time. And I don't give away all the cookies, but sometimes, you know, the ancestors be like, you know what I'm saying? Warm it up, Phoenix. Warm it up. Warm it up. Because there's some shit y'all can't contend with. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. And these is what the crackers know that you motherfuckers don't know. I don't really know what y'all agenda is. And I'm assuming that it's political. And I know damn well y'all nations don't know that y'all behaving this motherfucking way. I know they keep a secret. You know what I'm saying? I know they keep secrets. But see, some of y'all is so like the vitriolic banter and stuff like that. Yo, that shit is just like, it really, I know y'all really mean it from the fucking depths of your fucking pathetic little souls and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's really okay. It's not going to do shit for my, you know, for me and my everyday shit. I'm fucking happy to be here. It's a good day, you know, it's a good fucking day. And, that's really about it. But I ain't really got to get into too much because it's more shit that people that they need to find out for themselves. It ain't a whole bunch more explaining like for niggas to do. Just get into it. Like, where you at from? Where you from? Stop trying to tell a motherfucker what they was doing if you don't know what the fuck your folks was doing in 1600s or 1500s or 1700s. If you ain't figured out where they got here, how they got here, or where you can go back to, then nobody want to hear that shit. Because you got to have somebody on the side. Whatever side you saying you're from, wherever it may be, you got to have somebody still related to you there right now. That's an absolute fact. There's someone with the same common ancestor as you right now right here, somewhere in 2018, somewhere in the motherfucking world. That's a whole fact. There's no way around. No way around it. If you got taken or took from somewhere, there is someone that is bloodline tangible, got the same relative you do. Find them. Put them up. I want to see. Put them up. Then we might could be able to talk, because then that means it's important to you how your peoples is doing, right? And how they elevating in this thing called race. See, racism is not a bad thing. Racism is a direct result of consanguinity, who your bloodline relatives are, your stock from which you descend and ascend from, okay? It's about the representation, okay? The proverbial carry the torch. That's what people supposed to do, right? Don't be mad that this is what the Indian came to do. We're never going to join that Native American thing. That's not our fucking wave. We ain't got time for that. That's their lane. Let them have their lane. We in our motherfucking lane. Everybody else is free to do that. Get in their perspective lane, wherever that may be. Stay out the man's way that's trying to make a change for some things. This ain't got nothing to do with you. A lot of you niggas ain't got a dog in this fight. You feel me? The distractions ain't necessary. That means y'all feel threatened or something, and it's a defense mechanism. I'm here to tell y'all, beloveds, feel the same passion when I throw up them African constitutions and try to help y'all out, because y'all don't respect that shit neither. This time I know y'all not even serious about the shit y'all say y'all serious about. You couldn't even accept that. You have never even, I would appreciate it if you hijacked it and fucking expanded on it to help your fucking people. But this how I know you how dirty and larcenous and wicked you motherfuckers are. So I know. It's neither here nor there. But that's the end of that. That's the end of that. You got any questions? We could talk about this another time. I just wanted to say that shit right there. Where these motherfuckers was at? We get to prove where our grandparents was at 1810 before this Trail of Tears. And guess what? They was there in 1850 and 1882. What happened? Was they just that bad and they just kicked the motherfucking Army, Navy ass? Who moved y'all? Andrew Johnson's militia? Who moved y'all? Because there wasn't no motherfucking U.S. Army then. Who moved y'all? Who moved y'all? What militia? What register? What infantry? Who made y'all go? Who came to your grandpa crib, your great-great-grandfather crib and was like, yo, you Indian nigga, get the fuck up out of here. You going to Oklahoma. Tell me. Tell me. And at the same time, they had this Homestead Act that all these motherfucking immigrants was able to go. And that's why a lot of the Native Americans, what they started calling themselves, remember? The Black Dutch and the Black Irish, remember? Remember? And so many American Indians couldn't even say that they was American Indian because they would lose their land. Right. Don't make me play that motherfucking interview again with the gentleman from the Office of Federal Acknowledgement. Because y'all pop hella shit on that motherfucking 5.5-minute video. I want to thank y'all. I think I'm over 10,000 views right now. Y'all popped so much shit on that but didn't answer none of the questions because y'all motherfuckers wasn't there. Stay in your lane. Whatever happened to you in Mexico, happened to you in Mexico. And the only reason why I know about it is just to expound on what y'all motherfuckers trying to confuse y'all history with ours, right? So now I got to redirect you and point you at your fucking history, right? That you don't want to talk about because you're going to just, do this other shit and be talking about this other shit. But we got this other shit that concerns you motherfuckers. And where y'all came from? From the left, right? Right? So how many of y'all went through Alcatraz and shit? Which one of y'all? Tell me stories about how y'all went through fucking Alcatraz and shit like that. The Pelican Bay and stuff like that. Tell me about the fucking treaty of what is it called? Masasaga? Tell me about that fucking treaty, right? Right? Tell me about that treaty with the United States versus Japan, right? Tell me about that. Tell me about it. Let's talk about that, because that's part of y'all motherfucking history, right? Right? Y'all got sent to Peru. That's why the Peruvians don't look like they like me anymore. They got sent to Peru, right? Now that's ancient culture. Ancient from where? Siberia? Because that wasn't what was going on over here. We was having fish fries and barbecues and shit. Right. Our grandfathers was expert fishermen, expert outdoorsmen, right? Y'all got sent there. When did the coolie trade end? How long was it before they include y'all? And they put y'all in concentration camps in the motherfucking 1950s. Right? The Japanese part of you. Then you got the Chinese part of you, the motherfucking slaves that was by law able to call themselves fucking Indians in motherfucking Mexico. But there's people that look like me that's on the motherfucking walls, right? People that look like your abuela. But you want to talk about this looker ship. This looker ship, right? Looker ship. Cracking up. I know damn well, and I'm gonna tell, I can't wait. You know, my homeboy already smashed Angel Ramirez's ass, but at the end of the day, that poor baby, I know for a fact, Negroes on his abuela's motherfucking birth certificate. Okay? I could tell you, I could bet that for a fact. Slavery did not end in Puerto Rico until the 1880s. So, yeah. And I still have the registry of free colored people in fucking Puerto Rico too. Okay? And I have proof that the fucking African slaves and the people that came there were political slaves, and they came there and they do the same thing. They set up their societies there in the motherfucking Aboriginal lands to create a political party that's going to suit their fucking interests. Bang. You really want to know what time it is? That's what they do. They did it in Cuba. That's the relationship. Look up the PIC, the PIC party. Okay? Look up and this was the Free People Party, okay? This was the Free People Party, and they keep calling them something else, but they're not saying where they from. They set up shop in Cuba. You want to talk about strange relationships? Let's talk about it. Where everybody's from play an integral role. So yeah, you got to know the fucking history, and you got to know the laws about the place at the time. This is why a lot of y'all motherfuckers be mad, right? But first-hand account is always going to trump whatever book y'all fucking pick up that belongs to whoever the fuck author that you fucking talking about and all this other shit, right? Because the sources I use is my motherfucking common motherfucking sense. And this shit is right here in the Library of Congress, in these institutions. For instance, the map that I got from Princeton that proves that in Africa in the 1500s, there was only 2 motherfucking places called Africa, and it wasn't the whole continent. So when you look at that and you look at the etymology of the fucking word, it gives you the exact same location of these particular places. So it makes motherfucking sense. But you Negroes call yourself something else, but you fucking call a motherfucking Hutsi a Tutsi. You don't call them Rwandan. They don't call themselves that. They got some other shit going on. So that fucking presentation in your mind is absolutely fucking crazy too. Absolutely fucking crazy too. So let's get rid of all these fucking shabby ass ideas and all this crazy shit, them fucking nutty things that everybody's talking about. Dig into that motherfucking ancestry, you know. And to the brother from Trinidad, I'm actually gonna do a show on Trinidad, and I'm gonna post the records, and I'm gonna show you how meticulously labeled they are, because for every 500 Indians from somewhere else and maybe 1 or 2 Africans, it tells you who their father is, what tribe they from, and all of that. And from the countries that practice Judaism or Islam or whatever, those countries that was interrupted by those and influenced by those religions, such as the Igbo and a couple of other tribes that practice Islam, it tells you who their motherfucking father is. Okay? and where they from and how long they got. It says that too. So we confusing all of this other shit. We confusing all this other shit. And some of y'all motherfuckers claim to be right there on the islands. You ain't got no evidence of no fucking breeding farms, not a motherfucking place. You ain't got no evidence of none of that shit. The fuck out of here. Bitches to kill theyself before they let they some fucking farming nigga they don't want touching them touch them. I'ma tell you the motherfucking truth. No. Women ain't no. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers, do y'all history, y'all own history. Fuck all this shit that y'all grew up learning. Fuck all this shit that they talking about. Check out your grandmother, where the fuck they was at. It doesn't matter where she from. Find out, because that's how you get the answers to what you need answers to. And this way, you know, you can stay in your motherfucking perspective lane. This is what the Indians is doing. You know what I'm saying? This is what the American Indians is doing. The Aborigines ain't playing no games, and we know what the fuck we was doing. We know where we was at, you know, and that's that. And can't nobody fuck with that. Can't nobody take away grandma. And we could get mad and talk all this, yeah, but this, and blanket stories, but you can't point out my grandmother because you don't know her. You know what I'm saying? You don't know her. You don't know her. That's a lie. And y'all folks wasn't there next to mine, okay? Or next to a lot of people's for that matter. And we know that because we checked in on our folks. While y'all was listening to these other niggas taking y'all mind off the land, we was fucking chasing our goddamn ancestors, right? Now they activating us. That's all it is. You can activate yours too. I suggest y'all do. It's a good time. It's a good time for, you know, anti-oppression. It's a good time for that. You know, so make that happen in y'all perspective lands and y'all perspective nations too. Cause, you know, as for the American Indian, the Aborigine, we got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff to do. And we don't really need to be interrupted and sidetracked with all this crazy shit y'all got going on. And nothing that we doing should really affect y'all. If y'all movement is very secure, whatever movement y'all with, if it's secure and, you know, it's on a good foundation, that's fine. We're not here to attack that. But we're not here to allow you to attack what it is that we are speaking about. It's not going to happen. I need to make that very clear as well. Other than that, it's going to be a beautiful day today. And you guys have a beautiful day, because I know the fuck I will. You know, I'm about to go get my life together and take care of a few things and get out here and get active and get productive and do what it is that I do. All right? Chipisa la chica.